Hey, I just want to talk briefly on actually Rift going free to play and just give you some sort of key info for people who haven't maybe had chance to check it out and yeah, maybe it might be of interest to you. So yeah, I'm just going to give you some info. So Rift is a game created by Treon Worlds and it's been out for a few years now. It was originally a using the sort of old subscriber model that MMOs used to use. Not a lot of games tend to use that nowadays, and I think part of this whole Rift becoming free to play is part of maybe two things. The first is that they're modernizing. A lot of MMOs nowadays are actually going free to play, and you know it's working out for a lot of MMOs. It's actually the whole microtransaction model is working. Granted that they have to sort of work on balancing the game out a bit more because you know you got to make sure your free players get a pretty rewarding experience. And another part is I reckon down to a lot of the subscriber numbers dipping. Now Rift is not a bad game by any stretch of the imagination. It's pretty amazing, but I feel that MMOs are becoming a lot less popular. Everyone's sort of suffering from MMO fatigue. I mean, Christ, how many subscribers has WoW had in the past? God knows how many years. It's been running since 2004, and it's still got like 10 million subscribers a month. I think currently the whole PC gaming sort of scene is really suffering from MMO fatigue, as obviously as well as modern shooter fatigue. But you know, so yeah, Rift's coming free to play. They advertise that subscribers will enjoy the ultimate Rift experience, and I'm just going to basically go into some stuff that you get. So, if you're a free player, you will get 2 starting character slots. So that means you will only be able to have 2 character slots, and you will only get 3 bag slots. Now, that's not actually that bad. It sounds worse than it is, but some of the bags you can get are actually like pretty big, so you can fit a lot of stuff in, and the bank, there's nothing to restrict your bank. So yeah, there's a lot of space in the bank. If you create a guild, you have an incredible amount of space to be able to put things in, so I do recommend creating a guild if you are a free player. There is no restriction on that whatsoever. They're introducing a new Rift store. So the Rift store, you will be able to buy mounts, you'll be able to actually buy gear, boosts, companion pets, and they advertise as more. So I assume they're still working on a lot of stuff. Rift is pretty famous for having lots and lots of cosmetic gear. There is actually a whole page where you can customize your character with like a different set of gear, so it looks like you're wearing other gear but you're actually wearing different gear. It's actually pretty cool if you look at the tactical side of it in PvP. So yes, you'll also be able to gift, which is pretty cool actually. You can send, they've got a new currency called Rex, and you'll actually be able to gift this to players and trade it to players like an actual in-game item, which is actually incredibly cool. It makes the whole sort of paying people with Rex for services and accompanying them and things like that a really cool way for players to interact with each other and reward each other for helping each other out. So the patron system which they're bringing in is basically going to replace the whole subscriber model, and becoming a patron gives you quite a few bonuses, but nothing that's game breaking. So you get 15% more currency, and that will always be on. You'll have instant access to your banker, your guild banker, and trainer, which is not actually that big of a deal. It's pretty good for raiding though. Mount speed, you'll travel 10% faster, which is always on. You also get a 10% discount off all purchases made with credits in the Rift store. You get a daily boost to PvE reputation gains. You get a daily XP boost. You get a daily boost to Rift currencies like plaques for dungeons, and raid marks, and craftsman marks. You will also get a daily boost for PvP experience. If your shard is full, you get moved to the front of the queue, so you get priority, which a lot of other MMOs do. And you also earn more veteran rewards the longer you subscribe. So there is actually a pretty good incentive to subscribe if you're a long-term Rift player, but if you're not, then you're not really missing out on a lot. So yeah, and they did say you do have an option to turn all of that stuff off if you want. So if you don't want 15% extra currency, you can actually turn it off, which is really nice. I like that. And there's a lot of stuff that doesn't have that option, so it's really nice that they do have that. FAQ. So they have an FAQ here with a couple of things. Rift is going free to play on the 12th. There is some subscription model. They haven't worked out how the pricing is going to be. Hopefully it'll be a bit cheaper. And you can actually get oh, here we go. You can get patron passes for 3, 15 and 30-day durations. So if you actually want a patron pass for 3 days, you can actually do that if you don't want to pay an extortionate amount of money for a longer pass and you just want to try it out, see what the benefits are. I actually really recommend checking Rift out. It's a pretty good game. If you've never played it before and you like MMOs, you'd be in for a treat. If you're a returning player, I do recommend looking at it. A lot has changed and they constantly update it. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.